Best day trips from Lisbon. That is what we're gonna talk about today. If you are a Stay Classy follower, you would think, where is Amalie? Well, we're in Denmark right now, and you know how it is with the women. They need to attend to all their coffee dates. So Amalie, she's out chatting. If you think I'm not pretty enough to look at for the entirety of this video, there's good news. Amalie is here too. Amalie and I, we have been living in Lisbon since August 2018. We have made more than 70 videos in Portugal. So today I figured that why not make a video where we compile the best day trips from Lisbon, because that is something we do literally all the time. How do you get around? Might be your initial question. In my opinion, there is only one way to get around: by car. I suggest you go to Sixt, because they are the company we always use. Although we now own a car in Portugal, but we've rented with them several times in Portugal, whether it be Azores or Lisbon.
Stop, det er grusvej.
It's just a place that we could recommend, and this is not sponsored, although it should be. The first place you have to go is SINTRA. SINTRA is a fairy tale world like no other. We particularly recommend QUINTA da REGALEIRA. I can never say that word. I'm gonna read it.
QUINTA da REGALEIRA.
That is an amazing, unique, quirky castle. In my book, there are 4 things you should visit in SINTRA. Number 1 is
QUINTA da REGALEIRA.
Then you have Palácio de Montserrat, which is visually striking, beautiful building, which is a blend of Arabic, Gothic, Indian architecture. It's incredibly beautiful. Then you have the 2 mandatory castles. Pena Palace, it looks like something from a fairy tale. And then you have Castelo dos Muros, which is an old Arabic castle. They are quite contrasty, because Pena Palace is super colorful and looks like a big delicious cake. And then the castle looks like something from Fred Flintstone. Even if you don't care too much about history, it's a place where you can get all your senses stimulated by the vast aesthetics. It's one of our favorite places, and the only downside to this place is that there are tons of tourists. Parking a car there is a nightmare, but be early. Number 2, Ericeira. Ericeira is a beautiful fisherman village that we have visited a few times.
Forever love is free, let's turn forever, you and me. And knowing how full the land is, everybody else.
This is a place you go if you just want to get the coastal, beachy vibe, atmosphere. It's hard to tell what exactly to do in Ericeira, because you can go there if you just want to get drunk, eat some amazing fresh caught fish. You can go there to surf, because Ericeira is kind of the home of surfing. They have some amazing waves here. For me and Amalie, what we liked about Ericeira was just the vibe. Browsing markets, having amazing pastel de natas. There's this place called O Pauzinho.
Oh my god.
Best pastel de nata we've had. Number 3. This is another place that we have gone to quite a number of times, because it is so beautiful, it is so tranquil, and it's just nature in a very way. Impressive. For me and Amalie, this is just a place to come and hang out, stare at the ocean, watch the sunset. If you're into nature, there's nothing to argue. Day trip number 4 that I suggest you consider, one of my personal favorites actually. This is a secret beach, 45 minutes outside Lisbon. What we love about this beach is that it's the closest you get to the Maldives experience in terms of water that is just crystal blue. To get there, you actually have to walk a fair bit through the bush. So if you are not good walking down cliffs with loose rocks, it's not the best place to go. This place actually leads me to place number 5. On the other side of SINTRA, you are faced with Parque Natural da RIBEIRO, our favorite nature park close to Lisbon. You can actually stand on the top of this park and look at downtown Lisbon if the weather is clear enough. This is particularly interesting a destination if you are into hiking. There is particularly one hike that I can recommend. The hike is actually called 120 steps. At the very end of the hike you'll find 120 steps. Camera, come here! This is where my asshole, well, not my asshole, this is where my thighs are getting tested. 250 meters straight up. It's just a very scenic hike that really gives you an idea of why RIBEIRO Nature Park is very popular. There are a lot of hikes in RIBEIRO Natural Park, and if you really want to do some challenging ones, you can do that too. This one is 5 kilometer round trip. Amalia, it's number 6 now. Pretty bird, pretty bird. Praia da Ursa, which means Bear Beach. We also made a vlog here where you really get to see the sheer beautiness of this place. Particularly on the Instagrams, Praia da Ursa is super popular because it's famous for its pointy spear rock formation. It's super beautiful. It's one of my favorite beaches. If you don't want to rent a car and you just want to take a bus or even go for a very long walk, no, take a bus or the train. CARCAVELOS beach is a place we visited the other day at Valentine's Day. Actually, we went there to winter bathe. It was freezing cold, the water, because, well, it is the Atlantic Ocean after all.
Oh, Amalia, this is below 15 degrees.
It's one of the best beaches that are very close to Lisbon. It's super nice, white, sandy. There's amazing atmosphere, a lot of hot people. And this is one of the good things about Portugal, is that you can go with your friends, bring a ton of booze and just get hammered. There's nothing like going to the beach, isn't that right, Amalia? So if you don't care about beaches and you want to dive into more of all the history that is also a big thing in Portugal, there's plenty of day trips. Óbidos is a little fairy tale castle. This is all about, you know, Richard Gere, first night. The only downside of Óbidos is that you have the super big tour buses that are just lined up like a pack of cows. It is getting very popular, this place, and it's also where you'll get the true Ginja de Óbidos, which is a chocolate cup with the liquor ginja in it. Absolutely delicious and a must have thing try. Check out this video that we made from there because of course we vlogged that place as well. Amalia, how am I doing so far with this vlog? Am I good enough? The next one is my possibly favorite, Alentejo. A day trip to Alentejo is like saying, hey, let's go to Germany. It can be many things. If you go rent a car and you want to experience the best of Alentejo, you should just take the car and drive into the nothingness, because Alentejo is such a isolated place that there's barely no people there. We made a video from there called Alentejo, the Africa of Portugal, where we address our infatuation with this place because it's such a big area and yet it's so close to Lisbon. Obviously Alentejo can be many things and there are many different nice kinds of Alentejo. We've made a vlog where we visit Montserrat, which is an amazing little town similar to Óbidos, next to the Alqueva Lake, which is the biggest man-made lake in Europe. You can go stay at an amazing winery hotel, which we've also done. You can go to the beach at Comporta. You can ride horses there just like you were Madonna. For me, the best way to explore Alentejo the first time is to take the car and then just drive around, take whatever road you'll find. The smaller the better, and then just be awed by how perfect this place is. I'm gonna finish off with the last suggestions to a day trip, which is also in Alentejo. Évora. Évora is a beautiful city that has layers of history, all the way back to when the Romans were there, all the way through the various settlements who took over the power from each other. It's a place where you can shop if you like that. You can eat amazing food, wine, and just appreciate the amazing architecture you'll find. And it's one of the undiscovered gems of Alentejo. That was 10 of the best day trips from Lisbon. This is such a big topic because there are obviously tons of things to do within 1 hour and 30 minutes of driving. So I think that me and this little puppy is gonna wrap it up and say
thank you for watching, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Are you done with your coffee date soon, Amalie? I need you. Hasta luego, guys.